I didn't want to do it, but I decided to go ahead and upgrade my M2 11-inch iPad Pro to the M4 11-inch iPad Pro with the with cellular connection. So I think the cellular connectivity is going to actually make me use the iPad a lot more because I'm not really confined to just using it over Wi-Fi. So I decided it would be a pretty good idea to go ahead and unbox this, give you guys my first impressions, and kind of do a little first look comparison against the iPad M2. And let's go ahead and open this up. I'm really excited to see how thin this is, because this one, my main issue is that after using it for a long time, it gets, I don't want to say heavy, but you start to feel it, okay? I'm not going to say it's heavy, but you definitely feel it. This one is thinner, it's lighter, which again is definitely good for those moments that you're going to be using it for a long time. Alright, first time taking out of the box, my first impressions. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah. I already notice the thinness of it. Wow. That doesn't even... How is this a real thing? That's incredible. So let's go ahead and remove this. Oh yeah, this color. This is the color that I really wished this was. This just looks so much more better, right? That's English. I also love the new camera housing. I like how it's aluminum instead of this like black square that kind of really just looks off. But this looks so much better. In fact, I really hope the next series of iPhones are actually going to incorporate the aluminum into the camera housing. It just looks clean. I really like this new camera design. By the way, other differences with the Wi-Fi and the cellular version of the iPads, you do not get the antennas on the bottom of the Wi-Fi version, but on the cellular you do get that, of course, the cellular connection. You still got those 3 little magnetic pogo pins to attach the Magic Keyboard and other accessories. But I mean, wow, just look at that, look at the difference. I mean, I don't know how it shows well on camera, but in person, you definitely notice it. That's a huge difference. This is just so much more comfortable to hold. We get that camera that is finally on landscape, because whenever you're doing video calls, especially with that keyboard, it's in landscape, so it just makes so much more sense to have the camera located landscape instead of over here vertically like it was before. Another great change. I mean, I can't get over how thin this is. It's almost as thin as the USB-C port, guys. That's wild. And to think that the 12 point or the 13-inch iPad Pro is even thinner than this, that's incredible. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Again, I immediately noticed that OLED display compared to the LED on the previous iPad. I'm really happy Apple is not really differentiating the 11 and the 13-inch as far as tech. They both have that OLED display, and that's just mwah. So let me go ahead and set this thing up real quick, and then I'll get back to you guys soon. Alright guys, I've set up the iPad. I decided to set it up as new so I didn't have to really delete all the things that I didn't want. But here we go, it is absolutely set up. I got the cellular connection working. Let's go ahead and run actually a speed test on Wi-Fi first, because this one has the new Wi-Fi 6E. So let's go ahead and do a little speed test on the Wi-Fi to see how well they perform against one another. So first, let's go ahead and start with the M2 iPad Pro. So it looks like we're getting around 220, 230. Can we get a 240? Up, let's go, 240, 240. No, seems like it's 237. So let's check that upload. And we have 305 on the upload. So now let's go ahead and do that test on the new iPad. So let's go ahead, don't track me. And let's go ahead and see how fast this one is. So yeah, it does seem to be quite a bit faster, to be honest. So 314 compared to 237, and that upload seems to be a little bit slower. So I guess it's a give and take, right? The next thing I want to test out is the brightness level, but before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look what else is in the box. So we get the designed by Apple in California. No more Apple stickers, which is kind of interesting. You know, they could have just not included any of this because no one ever reads that, but you know, whatever. That's Apple for you. And new, I believe, to this year, we have a braided black USB-C cable. That's the first time I'm seeing this with the iPads. And then of course we also get the 20-watt adapter. Finally, at least it's in the box, right? Just wait until they stop including that one as well. So here I have a YouTube video pulled up, and again, this is the M2, this is the M4. Immediately you can tell the M4 is completely black. It actually looks like it's off, but it's not. It's just waiting on a YouTube video. But here you can actually see a little bit of that backlight. If you look right around there, you can kind of see it. So let's go ahead and test out that brightness. Right now it is on auto brightness. Let me go ahead and turn down the music. So you can kind of get a nice little glimpse of what that OLED is compared to that LED display. So as you guys can tell, this is way more brighter, 100% brighter. The colors are popping, like that red, the reds right there compared to that. This is definitely a much more vibrant display. Oh yeah, I mean this is the M4 is much brighter. I'm not sure how well it's you know, you guys are seeing it through the camera, but I mean just look right there compared to right there. I mean that's a huge difference in person. I mean wow, this looks so damn good, man. I can't stop laughing. I don't even know why I'm laughing, to be honest, but this display, man, you guys need to check it out. Go to your local Apple store, your local Best Buy, any electronic store that sells the iPad, and check it out for yourself. I'm telling you, yeah, this tandem OLED is nuts. And as you guys could tell, that wasn't even maximum brightness. So let's go ahead and put it to maximum. And then this is gonna blow my mind probably. Yeah. Yep. No, guys, you need this. You need this. I would upgrade just for the screen alone compared to the M2. This is wild. So I want to test out the speakers to see if maybe they changed, maybe they didn't. So we're gonna do my favorite thing and play some non-copyrighted music. This music is never really good. It's not something you want to listen to in the car if you're trying to jam out, but it helps me keep my monetization. So let's go ahead and test it out. So I don't know how well it came through over the microphone, but I think the new one does sound a little bit better. It's the bass is a little bit more punchier, and the highs are nice and crisp. Apple didn't really say anything about upgrading the speakers, but to be honest, they rarely do that, even if they did upgrade it. But just from me listening to it, I can definitely tell that the 11-inch M4 sounds, I don't want to say way better, but better than on the M2. I just can't get over how bright this display is. I mean, it is, oh my god. Yeah, the tandem OLED 1600, this isn't even at 1600 nits, by the way. This is just 1000 nits SDR. So this goes even brighter for things like, you know, watching movies in HDR, and the peak brightness, for example, whenever you're outside. It's just wild. The next thing I want to try doing is turning off the Wi-Fi and testing out that the 5G. So right now we're connected to T-Mobile 5G ultra capacity, as you guys see right there. Let's go ahead and run that speed test, and we'll check it out, see how good it is. So we're getting around 60, 80, 70. That's actually kind of low. I don't know why it's so low. Usually I'm getting like 400 or 500. Yeah, that's odd. Let me check out the upload speed just to make sure everything's good. And it's not good. I knew something was wrong. What happened? Alright, test number 2. Maybe it's still setting up since the iPad is new and there's something funky going on. Maybe it has to download the antenna bands. I don't know how that stuff works, but that's definitely not great. Those speeds are kind of bad. Just as an example, I'm gonna run a speed test on the OnePlus 12 T-Mobile, and you guys could automatically tell the difference because this one's loading and this one's not. So yeah, there we go, around 200, probably over. It'll reach 300. But yeah, so something's wrong with this. Let me try maybe restarting. Oh, nope, looks like it's going. Alright, so 259 here. What the heck's happening? Alright, well, I don't know what happened. I did restart the iPad, so let's test it again. Hopefully it's better than 0. There we go, much better. So I guess the iPad just needed a quick little restart. But yeah, those are the 5G speeds. Let's go ahead and wait for the upload. And it looks like the upload is not uploading. So, I don't know, maybe it's a new device. It has to maybe, transfer everything over. No idea. I don't know how that works, but for some reason it's kind of crapping out. But it is working online. So let's go ahead and go to apple.com. It's not working. I don't know why. But anyway, aside from the 5G kind of being a little bit wonky right now, this is fantastic. It is so much lighter, so much thinner than the M2. I mean, just as I'm picking up the M2 right now, just after I've been using this for like, I don't know, 15 minutes now, picking up the M2 seems heavy now. Seems heavy and thick. So that's crazy how that works. But yeah, the M4 iPad Pro, amazing. If you guys want me to make an in-depth test between these two iPads, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys did enjoy today's video, definitely click that like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.